Hello guys, welcome to a short around 20 minutes on the Minecraft server stuff that is going on, like massive things going on, and I'm changing things all the time, but I just wanted to share a bit of how things are right now and what I am changing them into. What I'm showing here is the food crate. You need 16 dirt in order to get a key for the food crate, meaning that you need to have actually split up your stack in order to have the food mechanism working. So what I'm going to be doing is changing it into a 64 cost, but it is going to give you 4 keys instead. That is my plan with this. So what I'm going to do, like at the start of this video, is to walk through some of the different mechanics that exist in there. Some of you already know them, and you're going to be able to see, like for instance here, the starter food. This is I'm changing and adjusting the things that you can win in these different crates all the time, trying to balance it out. I'm spending a great deal of time playing the game like without cheating, to try to get an idea about how does it feel, when is it rewarding enough, when is it really sucky, and when do I feel as if I'm lucky when I'm winning. Do I need 16 food? Do I need 2 logs? What's gonna be rocking my world at the starter level, at the stone tier level, all that kind of stuff. The different key mechanics I have working right now have different some of them grab a lot of your dirt and like just batch convert it into keys. Some of them do just 1 key at a time, and I'm not entirely sure what version I prefer, because there is something super annoying about going back and forth all the time. There is also something really annoying about having saved up a lot of dirt because you want to use it for something, and then you go into the machine and it just eats everything. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I want to be running it, but right now I have the stone tier and the coal tier crates made, and the upgrade system goes all the way to the emerald tier, meaning that after coal you get iron, you get gold, you get redstone, lapis, diamond, emerald. But because it is going to take quite a bit of time for players to progress there, I do feel like I can open up the server before all those mines are complete. But I'm going to be posting more updates before, like, we're not there yet. I was really hoping to be able to open up the server today, but some stuff happened on the server that I found out, meaning that I had to actually remove all the whitelisted players and go into solo mode on it, because a lot of you guys have been making really funny pranks in there, but some of them just really resulted in me needing to spend a lot of additional time. So I just had to close it down in order to get everything up and running, because even though it's funny with a secret room, or it is funny yeah, or it is funny with like we had changes in the mines, people popped in diamonds in there and chests and stuff like that, and it's funny, but it's just not the way I intended the game to be. So yeah, I'm like tracking through the entire game, trying to make sure everything is as it is supposed to be, because there were like lava traps and stuff going on. So a lot of funny things you guys have been making, but unfortunately now I need to spend a lot of time undoing the things that were not really meant to be there. Right here I was in, in GM3 snooping around, and I caught the JK dragon making a secret base, and this is one of those like really funny, really innocent, really cool pranks, and this base has actually been redone since I recorded this to a different version of his base. But like a lot of these funny small things, but when we are like 10 players and a handful are doing funny small things every here and there that I need to remove before the server can be launched, it just really adds up, and that is why I kind of had to tone things down, or at least get rid of them until, because I really want to open up the server again. I really want us to be able to have fun in here. So it's not like I'm not mad or disappointed or anything. I think it's really cool. I'm just so bumped time-wise right now that I felt the best option for me in terms of getting the server up and running was to close the doors again and go manual style on it. A new thing that I may not have been sharing that much about is these new prize crates, is what I'm calling them. There are 9 of them. They are still not balanced out, but it's gonna work. You start out with the very low crate, and it scales up to the ultra prize, and this is the stuff you can win in the ultra prize, like enchanted items. You can win gold blocks, diamonds. The books are gonna be removed because they do not do anything once you get them. There is an anvil. This is like the best you can win. Now, the entire concept behind these crates is that the worst crate gives you a chance to win the key for the next crate. So you need to win keys for better crates in order to get all the way. So it's gonna be really hard to get like the main prize. The key price for the very first baddest one is 64 dirt. It is the only key that you can acquire by buying it. You can win some of these prize crate keys in other cases, like the coal tier may give you a key to the small prize crate, and the stone tier may give you one to the tiny prize crate. So it's not like you can only obtain them here, but it is another option for you to spend your dirt. And I'm just like scooping by the prizes as they are now to give you an idea about what you really need and what you can get. And the only way for you to obtain enchanted diamond gear in this map is going to be through these cases. So it is only going to cost you dirt. It is something you will get as you progress normally, because you will be getting these keys when you do other things really in the game. But this is the mechanics to get the really crazy stuff, and you need to be really lucky to get it. I want to move the entire focus on the game from the financials, from the money in the game, towards dirt. Dirt is like the main economy, and it is something players can sell from the trading area. The bazaar is what I'm calling it. I don't know what dirt is going to be worth, because it's pretty easy to obtain. There is an unlimited amount of dirt in every mine, but at the same time it takes time to acquire it. So I'm balancing out the tiny prize here. I'm adding in more keys to the mini prize, which is the second one. The tiny is like the worst one. Then you have the mini, the small, the normal, the high, extreme, titanic, divine, ultra. I think that is the way I set it up. So what I'm working on is trying to find out, when is it fun, when is it challenging enough, because I don't just want to be throwing prizes that are super overpowered at players, because it kind of defeats the purpose of having it as something you need to work to get. You need to feel like you were lucky when you got something good, instead of just, oh yeah, I got another diamond armor. The first crates offer you a high chance to progress, whereas the further you go into the crate tiers, the harder it's going to be. So that is how I want it. I want it to be that, so that when you are at the start of the game, you're going to be pushed a little more towards the end game, but as you get deeper into the game, and thereby also the crates, it's going to be harder for you to get the good stuff. So trying to make sure that we don't cluster together everybody in the starter area. I've done this in several ways. I'm doing it in the crates. I am doing it by making 2 mines for every tier. So there is a PvP mine, there is a PvP mine. really trying to make it possible to not cluster players too much together. But hopefully this weekend, perhaps even Friday, we're gonna be able to test drive the server. Nothing is probably gonna be the way it looks right now. Perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't. I don't know how many additional changes I'm going to be making before opening up the server. My next project is walking around in every single upgrade, trying to make sure I can walk where I need to, I can mine where I need to, I cannot break things in other players' plots, all that basic kind of stuff. It takes time, and it's like, okay, go in, define a region, change again, update, members, global, all that kind of stuff. It's not hard, it doesn't take massive amounts of time, but it's a fiddle-diddle kind of thing that I'm going to be fooling around with during this week as I add and update different parts of the level as it is now. We have so many really cool things going on. Parkour options, arenas have been made, a PvE area / PvP area where you can, the idea is that you go into a specific area on this server where you can fight against monsters, and what you want to do in there is to find pressure plates or levers or buttons, and when you activate those you get money in the game as opposed to getting dirt. So that is a place where you can go where you will be fighting monsters and getting money, so that you can choose to play to earn in-game money that you can use to trade with other players. You can use it to pay for your plots. That is one way of playing it. You can also play as a miner, trying to acquire resources to get better stuff from the crates or to trade it with other players. You can also go the parkour way and acrobat your way to riches and fortune. I haven't made anything for the arenas yet. I do have a custom score kind of thing that I want to make. The idea is to somehow scan the area for a number of players, charge everybody something like 10 bucks in the game, or 10 cents or whatever. When there is only one player standing, that person is going to reap the rewards, getting everything. That is the simple idea. Not sure how it's gonna, I think it's gonna be cool, but we're gonna just have to wait and see and then play test it like crazy. Hope that everything will be up and running this weekend, but yeah. It's like every time I start a new chapter in this Minecraft server kind of thing, I find new things that I want to dig into, new options, new possibilities, new amazing things, new bad things, new glitches. So it's like really trying to get this up and running again as fast as possible, because I thought it was so cool to be able to play with a lot of you. But I would like this time to be more streamlined, less surprises in the negative way, really. Another thing that is definitely going to be happening this time around is a change to the way moderation happens, meaning that mods will not be OP-ish. What I mean by that is the mods will have ban, kick, mute, jail kind of options, but they will not have superpowers in any way. There will be no additional teleports or flying, stuff like that, because the change from a survival game to a more prison-like game means that moderators don't need these types of powers to snoop around and check up on players in the same way. So it also means that moderators can play the game as players while being moderators without all the abusive kind of options that existed in the way I designed the world before. This here is the new PvE area I was talking about. On the right side we have one wing, on the left side the other. Down below we're gonna have monsters, most likely skeletons. I am testing out different mob options, and it is a really really cool area. And this is all thanks to players that have come in here, helped me out. So when I said the stuff with all the pranks and stuff, it's not like I'm down or anything. I think it is so amazing how much help I have gotten on the server in terms of all these constructions and testing out. So I'm really happy you guys wanted to take your time to help out on the server. It is truly amazing. But I just reached a part now where I really just want it up and running so we can get more players in and we can get the basic stuff tested instead of focusing too much on expanding the world, because my main not my main thought, but what I wanted to also make sure this time was that we didn't have a world that loaded 1,000 chunks. So I'm trying to compact things a bit more. I'm trying to have everything walled in so that we won't load unnecessary like high amount of chunks, so that everybody can have a gameplay that is as fluent and smooth as possible. It is also because I don't really want to be... Of course, I hope to be able to afford a crazy dedicated server at some point, but right now I have the very limited budget that I have, and I would like to see how much stable gaming I can get out of what we're running on now, which is like a Dragon tier shared server at the MC Pro hosting, and I think it's gonna be good enough. I mean, of course, if we get like loads of players, we're gonna have to move to a dedicated server, but I think with a better world design, we can crush it pretty badly here on the existing server. This here is a huge arena that was made as well, as you guys can see. Looks amazing. It is actually so grand that I, just as with the other one that was made, I'm thinking about custom games for the arenas in terms of like the theme and the style. They don't really match up with the spaceship kind of universe, but this could be an amazing holo kind of arena where you you battle in a hologram kind of world. I can picture a story for it, which is important for me really, but it is pretty large, meaning that we can have some crazy wars going on here. This is not gonna be a cool arena for 1 versus 1, I don't think so anyway, but it would be a crazy cool arena to go 5 versus 5 or something like that. I'm going to be fiddling around with that stuff, possibly doing more arena testing in both of these two arenas once the server is more up and running. So more things added to the server, where I'm trying to restrict the amount of chunks. I do think this was it Rasmus and the awesome SW that made all these amazing. This is equipment. This is all the tools and weapon and gear that you can have in Minecraft. They did the pixel art on it. It looks really awesome. So so loads of stuff going on the server in weird places that I'm tracking down bit by bit, and of course I hope to be able to somehow make use of this. I can picture this as something you can jump on in some kind of a parkour kind of thing, but not as it is organized right now, of course. But that is like far into the future. Right now I want to focus on wrapping up the existing features that just need the permissions and the balancing out kind of stuff, and then once more players have had a chance to look into how the server feels, how it works, is it too hard, too easy, too slow, too fast, all that kind of stuff, we can start thinking about adding features. I actually made a garden this entire area. I also made a huge patron mine up in this area here, and I'm going to be making adjustments to what you can buy in the game. I'm actually showing the garden stuff now in high speed, but I want to move the focus of the game completely towards keys and have the base economy as something players manage with the trade signs. Of course, I'm going to be making tutorials about how to use these different trade signs. It's not hard, but you just need to get into it really. But I'm going to have a patron and patron ninja subscription, as I did before on the server, for those that mainly want to support the project financially. And they're going to be like $5 and $25, and they are going to give players money in the game. And that is because my view on the game financials is that the world is getting larger and larger, and you can walk anywhere. You can also warp pretty much anywhere, but I have made the game this time around so everybody has eat, everybody has home, warp, TPA, feed, heal. Those options exist for all players, but they come with a cost now. Every frequent use option is $1 in the game, and that is something such as warp, which is super expensive considering the server pay value of items, but we don't really know what things are going to be worth until players start getting the financials up and running in the game, deciding what things are worth. The next tier of commands such as eat are $10, and the most expensive one right now is heal, which is $100. We have plots in the game ranging from $5 per day to 100, and that is pretty much what you can spend your money on. So you can use it to make life easier by not having to walk around, by not needing food, by being able to heal in battles, and you can use it for plots. And plots are also the trading signpost areas, which cost right now 25 cents each a day, and there is going to be a limitation to the amount of areas you can rent, and I'm thinking it's going to be 5. That is also something I need to find out, what is a good balance. And what you guys need to remember is that the 5 is a combination of the sign area and a real plot where you can have your chest and stuff. What else has been going on really? I'm trying to think about all the changes that I have been making into the game, because I'm gonna be posting another update tomorrow. I am just not entirely sure how much I want to dig into those things now. No, I do think, guys, that for now this is pretty much what I wanted to share. So to summarize things, my focus is on permissions and getting the things that are looking as if they're working 100% working, cleaning up the game from loads of pranks, making more adjustments to every single crate to try to make them as fun and balanced out as possible, and just really trying to make the area functional and fun at the same time. So I hope, guys, it's not going to be as long before the next update, but yeah, life also going on. So as always, thank you guys very much for watching.